colors untamed, stories from the world, yeah, hearts stay the same. Night falls and the stars join the dance with Texas pride and new beats take a chance. Underneath the wide open Texas sky, the future's calling and we're riding
You're trying to be
high.
cheesy, Barry.
Gainesville, oh Gainesville, you're a song that grows from the roots of the ranch to the downtown glow. Brick by brick, dreams rise and flow. Gainesville, oh Gainesville, forever you'll show.
All
This
right.
is pretty
Hopefully you'll
catchy.
like it. It's
Uh,
quite catchy.
and I caught at the end of the little video you were showing about Gainesville. In general, we plan to grow about 50 houses per year, and also grow about 50 apartment units per year. But what we had this last year, when you saw that big number of
Yeah.
housing units being built, was we have 2 apartment complexes all being built at the same time right now,
Hmm.
and they will be done next year. And then we also have started having many more houses be built, individual single family houses being built, than we planned for about 4 years ago when we were planning for our infrastructure growth. So what we're seeing is it's coming in faster than we had planned. A good thing that when we've been designing our infrastructure for water and sewer, whenever we build, what we were building for when we expanded the system was not for per year growth, but we saw, okay, this entire area will have this many houses or this many apartment complexes in it. So when we redo the line, it's just not for the next 10
Got
years
it.
or the next 25 to 50 years, when that area is full of the apartments and full of the homes. And even though, so that's what we were planning on. And so right now we're doing over $35 million in single utility projects, over $62 million in all of our capital projects. But right now,
Hmm.
our 2 biggest projects for utilities is we're expanding our southern sewer line, and that's coming in just under 16,000. And then up north of town, we're replacing $17.6 million worth of water and sewer lines. And that's being built large enough to take in a rail park that is starting to develop at this time, and take on an additional housing units up there that we anticipate. Beyond that, we are going to start, we are already engineering right now a $7.5 million sewer expansion program collection system to deal with one of the apartment complexes that are coming in. But it's not just that. Just across the street, there's another subdivision that wants to come in that's 108 acres. And then this will also help us take in additional wastewater from that rail industrial park. So with all this, we are really planning and actually building the infrastructure for the future. And so we think that's a great thing. And one thing I haven't talked about is the industrial expansions that are coming here. We have a park called Gateway Industrial Park. Excuse me, not Gateway. That was the original name. It has moved to Camp House because we had a new group go in, purchase it. It's Camp House Rail Industrial Park. And what is going to happen, they are currently working with BNSF, and BNSF is currently designing a rail switches and a parallel track so trains can pull off the main track. They can start separating cars and take that to individual businesses that are in this rail park. They've signed the contract with the first business to go in the park, and we are working with several other companies that are expected to be able to be, they should be able to start using that rail at the beginning of 2027. So when you're talking the size of facilities we're building here, it's going to take at least a year and a half, if not 2 years, to build several of these facilities. And so the rail is right in line to getting open during that time period.
Amazing. Is it going to be mostly for businesses, or are you thinking of the rails being for also passenger?
No, that this is BNSF.
Okay,
This
BNSF
is for cargo
for
and
cargo. Okay,
bringing in shipments and taking out shipments. We
got it.
do have a passenger rail here with Amtrak, uh, and that is called the Heartland Flyer, and it goes from Oklahoma City down south to Fort Worth. Right now, the state of
Okay,
Kansas is looking at expanding that from Oklahoma City over to Kansas.
okay. Tell me about the impact of proximity to Oklahoma. I know the Windsor. Then I know there's a new Hard Rock Cafe coming up sometime. I think there's a 2,000 facility for like a resort center. What is the impact of that in a city like Gainesville?
Well, WinStar is one of our largest employers, even though they're not technically inside the city, they're in another state.
Yeah,
But so many people that live in Gainesville work at the WinStar. So there's good jobs up there. And on top of that, they have great benefits for their employees. Even the part time employees have great benefits, especially with their health insurance. So,
excellent.
with that, we have that base population that has those jobs that they can count on day in and day out.
Excellent. All right. So one thing I noticed, Barry, was I noticed there was a huge development plan for the city of Gainesville. I think for 40 years or something like that. So if you had a crystal ball, which I know we don't right now, where do you see Gainesville in 5 years and 10 years? What's your crystal ball looking like?
In 5 years, I think we're going to have at least three, if not four, large businesses in our rail park. And
Mm,
when I'm talking that, I'm talking these businesses I'm anticipating will be worth uh, several hundred million.
okay.
Is my guess with that, and I think that rail park will continue to grow through that 10 years. I
Got it.
foresee in 10 years us having a loop or partial loop to relieve traffic off of 82,
Yeah.
and I see our downtown expanding. Our land that's next to downtown and goes all the way up to 82 along 35, even though there's a lot of houses there, it is actually zoned commercial. So I foresee that area starting to change and becoming more and more commercial and leaving from our downtown area and expanding that way.
Got it. Okay. All right. Folks, questions for Barry. We are privileged to have him, short notice. Thank you, Barry. You're awesome. All right, let me see. Somebody asked a question. This is from Nana in the house. The question is, what is the median age of the residents of Gainesville?
I would have to look that up. I only had not even a day to prepare for this.
You are awesome, man. I know I gave a short notice, man. Thank you, Barry. Yeah, I think from my initial research, that might be probably, I know, less than 40, I think.
It
But
is. We have a
yeah,
large Hispanic community that have a lot of younger
yeah,
kids.
yeah. So there are a lot of it's a young population out there for sure. All right, question, folks. Please go ahead and ask all your questions. We are honored to have the city manager with us. Questions, folks. And Prashem, feel free. You have questions for Barry?
Barry, thanks a lot. This is Shema. Thanks a lot for coming and giving us the good information. You touched very key factors. That is very good. And I had some questions, but I think you touched on those probably on utilities, like when the city is expanding that much, especially for the water. Is that mostly done by the city or is that with the co-op? You have like a co-op that is kind of handling outside the city limit or something like that for the water?
No, the city owns its own water supply, and we own Moss Lake, where we have the capacity to bring in about 7 million gallons a day, and currently we're only bringing in two a day from there. And then we have wells that can bring in about 5 million gallons a day at this time. So right now we can produce around 7 million gallons a day. And then on top of that, we own 10.4 acre. Uh, we can get 10.4 million gallons a day from Texoma. Now we haven't installed that, but that just shows our community has been very forward thinking to make sure we can reserve water rights. So just over in the Sherman area, actually before you get there, we have rights to let Texoma, so we can. That is another source up for up to 10.4 million gallons a day that we can utilize at some time in the future.
That sounds good. And then, like especially for those who will be worried if they'll be doing some development. Do you know if they need the process of getting permits? Does that take a long time to do that? Like if they need to do some plating or something like that, permit how the process goes?
For platting, we actually, if you're going to do a plat that meets all of our requirements and doesn't need a variance, staff can approve that plat. It does
Oh,
not have to go for months in front of different boards. And so our council has been serious about getting that done quickly. And then we try to have building plans reviewed within 2 weeks.
that's good.
And
That's pretty
so
awesome.
we move very fast. And for that person to ask the median age here, it's 35.4.
Awesome.
And then another thing, I know I understand that the expansion looks so great in as considering Highway 82 and 35, like major roads. Do they have like a plan of expanding 82 a little bit, or they don't have that yet in this, according to your knowledge?
Actually, what we're working on is an 82 reliever route. So basically a loop around the city. And so that is actually being the studies being has already been funded, and TxDOT is working on that at this time. Within another month or two, they expect to present at least half the loop and possible plans and getting public input on where half this loop should go.
That is awesome.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Any other question before we let Barry leave? Because his schedule is busy and crazy. He was gracious to just sneak in a few minutes. Barry, you're awesome, man. Thank you. Short
Well,
notice,
thank
and
you. I hope y'all have a great day.
thank you, sir. I will definitely stop by in Gainesville sometime in the next couple of days, and I will say hello too.
Oh,
I got a,
thank you.
I got a question for you. Last question. I know you talked about getting water from the wells. Do you have like an estimate how deep most of those wells go?
I do not.
All right.
We A lot of them we can get about 300 gallons per minute from and up. And so, like I said, from those wells, it's about 5 million gallons a day we can get from them. So,
Okay, I have a question. Somebody has a question, Barry. Maybe you can help us here. Iyobosa AI says, she said, who are some of the builders in Gainesville right now?
one of our biggest builder is Riverside Homes, and they're the ones that are doing the most. We have McClintock Homes as well. And then we have a lot of independent people that actually build a lot of customs for people.
Okay,
So the two bigger ones are McClintock and Riverside, and then we have our local contractors that also build.
excellent. Thank you. Okay, I think this is from Michael. The question is, I hear you talk about sewers. Does it mean you won't be having septic tank, or it's just going to be in some areas?
Most areas are not going to have septic tank inside the city limits. There's very few that do, and right now they're older neighborhoods that are built in a more rural setting, where they have over an acre of land, and so they were designed that way. For people that want to have that more rural lifestyle and have that bigger land around them. But most people are going to have, and to develop a new development now, we require you to have sewer.
Okay. All right. Somebody has another question. Let's see. Duro, hi. So I think I know the answer, but let me let you do. He said, what about elementary schools, high school? Are they all built in? Do we have
Yeah,
some of them in?
We have the Gainesville Independent School District, and so they operate all the schools. Other states, a lot of other states, the cities run the school, but in Texas, we have independent school districts, and we have the Gainesville Independent School District, and they operate our elementary schools, intermediate schools, junior highs, and high schools.
Thank you so much. And let me just say, one of our partners, hey, Femi, say hi to Barry before we let Barry leave.
Hey Barry,
Hello,
good to meet you.
nice
All
to
right.
meet you too.
All right. So, Barry, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate the time, and we'll talk soon. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All
Goodbye.
right. Thank you, Barry.